Hi everyone, welcome to Billy Fitzgerald Golf. And today we're going to talk about how this right leg and this right hip and this right foot work through the ball. So how it works in the golf swing and what we can do to progressively get better at it, because it's not something that we can just, for most of us, this hip is a reaction, so it takes time. We need a few things to really progressively work at this hip and this leg and this foot action working correctly, so we can get the golf club back down in front of us and into the ball, so this club can work correctly as we swing down. So first off, what is the fault I see? Well, the fault I see is that, for so many of us, our very first move from the top, if you want to call it, or transition, is this right hip is moving up and into the ball. Okay, the problem with that is that this club needs to come down and in front of me, right? The club needs to come down and in front of me. So the swing is feeling like this. So the club is working like this. If I get up to the top of my swing and my first move is this right hip is moving up into the ball, two things are going to happen. Either the handle's going to go into the ball, the face gets wide open, or I've got to come over the top. So it results to a lot of things. So I could name a bunch of them: fat, thin, hooks, blocks. So it's just and pulls. We got to get the club working correctly into the ball. So the very first thing we're going to do is, what does the hip do on the backswing? So the first thing it does is it pushes back and it gets out of the way. So when you swing back, this right hip's going to go back and out of the way. So it actually moves away from the ball. Okay, from where it started. From there, your hip actually gets stable right there, and your thigh works down and in, and your foot rolls down and in as this left hip's working back, so the club can get back down in front of me. Now, it's a big jump to go from right hip going into the ball to that, because we're gonna be fighting some reflexes. So the very first thing I would do is even make a few practice swings, just left foot, right toe. So what that does, left foot, right toe, is it allows me, again, this is already going to pull my hip back, so it allows me to swing through, right? And I can feel now how my right arm can get on the back of the shaft, which gets on the back of the ball. But all of a sudden, I've got all this room here that I hadn't before. Left foot, right toe, I just make a small one. I run my right arm right into the back of the ball. So all of a sudden, I can feel how my arm has room to run right into the back of the ball. The next step that I would do is we're going to do left foot, right foot back. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is, so my right toe and left heel are going to be in line with each other. So again, left foot, right foot back, again, and make a swing and run my right arm into the ball. So my right arm is going to get on the back of the shaft, which gets into the ball. Now my heel is going to stay directly on the ground. My foot can roll in, but it can't move off the ground. So left foot, right foot back, swing back, make my right arm go right into the ball. Okay, again, my heel. I'm doing all these at slower speeds, because you don't want to make a big jump or a big change at full speed. It'll never work, because it's too much like a reflex. You've got to go slow enough where you can feel what's going on and give your body and your mind a chance to work. Okay, so we've got left foot, right toe, left foot, right foot back. The next one is we're going to go left foot, right foot back. Okay, now we're going to start to work this thigh in. Okay, so this thigh is going to work down and in as the club comes through the ball. So left foot, right foot back, as I swing down, this thigh is going to work down and in. This thigh is going to work down and in. So I can feel this spike. I can feel the inside part of my foot roll in. So again, left foot, right foot back again. Again, not making very big swings and not very much speed. So here, let it roll in. So back, seeing my hip opens up, then my thigh works down and in. So I'm just chipping it again, off a tee, left foot, right foot back, swinging back. My thigh works down and in. Okay, so I feel this thigh work down and in inside my left leg. So I want to feel, once I swing it back, I swing back, I want to feel this thigh work down and in inside my left leg. So going back, that thigh work down and in inside my left leg. So we're starting to feel how our right thigh is starting to work, and that thigh is a big contributor to what this hip's going to do. So again, in review, with the full swing, once I swing back and change directions, right, this thigh is going to start working down and in. See, my hip socket is going to stay there, but my thigh is going to work down and in. As that does that, it's going to feel like my right hip's almost pushing back a little bit. It's pushing back, and my left leg's pushing through, and now I can get the club back down in front of me. Now I've got these Rotex plates here. So this is the best feel that I've seen of what you want to feel. So my feet can work within them. So they're discs they're on these slanted platforms here. So when I swing back, it helps me get my right hip socket out of the way. And now I'm going to feel is that my hips stay there and my feet are twisting in the ground. So I'm going to swing back. My hips stay there and it twists in the ground, twists in the ground, twists in the ground. So you can see there's a little bit of a squat there. My hip starts to go a little bit back, but that's the same feeling when I get my feet back on the ground, is I'm going to feel that resistance now. So again, as I swing back, my right hip goes back and out of the way, and I feel that resistance. So I feel that sit. So with my feet, I can feel this spike in here. I can feel both feet start to twist in the ground. So this hip starts to work, feels like it's working back, and my left leg starts to feel like it's pushing back. So it starts to feel there. There. So the club can come right out in front of me. So now when I swing, that's what I'm going to start to feel. So the club starts to swing right out in front of me. Do that one more time. So I get here, I start to feel my feet twist. I can feel that go back and through. So I start to feel my right hip go back, then my left leg pushes back and through. So you can see my foot actually doesn't come off the ground until I'm well over here. Again, so when I swing back, it pushes back down. The club starts to get, now I can get the club back down out in front of me. Now the club can go around me. And now the momentum, once it's over here, see my foot's still on the ground. Once the club is over here, my foot starts to come up. So again, to review, we've got left foot, right toe, hit some. Left foot, right foot back. Left foot, right foot back with your thigh working in so it stabilizes this hip. And then you start to make some swings, just like I did on that Rotex, where I swing back and I feel my feet drive into the ground. My feet drive into the ground. So it starts to push this hip back. Now my leg pushes back. And I've got plenty of room for the club to work around. So it's a progressive feeling. Your right foot and your right thigh and how they work, and how they work in relationship or in conjunction with this right hip is a big deal. It's a sitting motion before it goes around. So this hip doesn't work up and into the ball. The hip's got to work forward, not into. So now we can deliver the club how we want to. So good luck with this. Do it again at slow speeds, and you're going to feel how the club accelerates in front of you. And now now the handle can come in, and now the face can come out into the ball. You're going to have so much more control, so much more speed. Your body can keep moving, but you can absolutely feel the control of the face, the control of the ball, without not having to flip through the strike. For more tips like these or to schedule a live lesson, visit me at BillyFitzgeraldGolf.com.